Hello and welcome back. Right, yes, let's get straight to it. Yeah, I've actually left some in. Yeah, which is a miracle because I normally forget to do it. So yeah, let's top this up. Yeah, I've started to put some water in. I need to fill it up again. It was right down to 4,000 and odd. It really is. Yeah, and we did it right before. So I've started to do really. So it's a good job we did 25 tons in just before bed, because it's now getting down to 4,000 and odd, which does worry you when they get full grown, because obviously there's a lot of youngsters still. We were looking at this in last session. They're not all older ones, and if we're down to 4,000 and odd, 4 tons of water by, yeah, it just, you do wonder when they're like fully grown, are we going to have enough? Now then, milk. Where did I leave milk? Now we ought to grab that bit of bit of straw as well and tip that in. Not that I know it doesn't really hurt, but let's just check the water. Right, that should be enough then. Let's have a look. Yes, I was going to time-lapse this, and I thought if we do get to the time when we're doing the fields, then to be honest, which is tomorrow morning, I was thinking it's gonna, yeah, it really is gonna sort of take quite a while. So I thought, do we want the entire session to be time-lapse? Because I was going to time-lapse this, because it is getting quite long, but if I time-lapse this, it's going to be just one big time-lapse, and I don't really want to be doing that. No, not really. So it's like anything, that people have always got the option that you can speed through something, if it's, because it is a bit samey, this particular bit aspect, really. There's not much I can do about that, but it'd just be one giant time-lapse if I time-lapse everything. Whoa. Wow. Let's see how much there is. Check. Wow, Gordon Bennett. Right. I think we may be selling some manure at the slurry yard as well, truly. Now, there are some mods. I was looking through there are quite a few mods that could produce like fertilizer and stuff from manure, proper little factories. I don't think I've got them in yet, but yeah, I think I may start to have a look at that. Not for the future. There's not really very little point in doing it now on this Let's Play, because we've already done all of that type of stuff. So, right. Let's go forwards, attach. Yes, I'm enjoying this, the last few chapters of Greenlands. And I have got to say one thing. I keep saying Peter, it's Peter 716. If you're going to use somebody else, it's always the numbers that get me. So it's Peter 716 is the creator of the map, not the numbers that I keep saying. So yeah, massive apologies to Peter716 for that. I think I did get it right a long time ago, yes, because I did know, and then, as you do, 978 is usually Pepe, and I think there may be someone else, but yeah. I always forget the numbers. It's like Ian who did Sleep Anywhere. I always forget Ian's numbers. It's not 978 either. Yeah, definitely not. Right, let's do another run of this. But let's also... yeah. Let's also do another water run. Because that didn't seem... we were doing loads of them yesterday, and it didn't seem to make any difference. Although, no, it didn't really. Yeah. I can't remember how many I did yesterday. I must have done 10 odd runs, water runs, easily. Okay. Let's get a bit better position. It was a bit far out. Water. Smash it now. How much is left? I think, if I'm honest, that'll be 15 tons. I think this will be... I don't know that he'll do all of this. I don't know, actually. 60 tons. Depends if it had completely got rid of yesterday's lot. Yeah, I'm not sure whether or not this will have done. I don't know how. Water. Have we got the full 25 tons? We have. And wow, the food, 62 tons. And that's with us sticking some in. Wow. Phenomenal. I'm not sure I've ever gone quite this far with the Royal Christie one, my cow pasture. Yeah. On Western Wales we had 490, but we only just got it to 490 about 2 months before, so there were quite a few adolescents, so yeah, this is sort of virgin territory. Let's see, will we tip the whole lot, or will we have some left like we normally do? No, smash in, sorted. Right, let's stick this on the skirt then, what we normally do in the next field. Then we're going to get the silage, get that all sorted, then we're going to do the milk, our normal rounds, daily routine, which is the stuff of legends for most farms, whether you're arable or arable, I suppose. Yeah, you only do things at certain times and then your field work's done, but there's always something that you're doing. I would imagine most farmers do that quite methodically. Right, milk. Not selling on this one. I did always wonder about this one. It's the other side. It is. So this one is not. That's been like that for absolutely forever. I did always wonder why this one only topped up a little bit. So all it was doing was selling the raw milk. Oh well. That means that's going to sell in the hour, on the hour. So, do you know, I thought I'd done all of that ages ago. Oh well, you not thought, did. It's sorted now, it really is. we've been selling the excess milk, so it's just sitting there, that's all. I know, it's annoying, because obviously it's part of our income. I did think something was wrong. I think it was yesterday. I thought, hang on, why is that only taking a little bit? I never did investigate milk. 53 tonnes, right. So that is at least 2 runs. Now, if I remember rightly, there's a great demand. So do you know something? We are going to go until we've, yeah. Because it did say there was a great demand yesterday, and we haven't sped up time, so it should still be a great demand. Let's just quickly shut those gates. No need for them to be open now. Right, let's see what the great demand does for us. Yeah, because we usually do well at this anyway, so. Can't believe we're nearly at 2.5 mil. Oh wow. Yes, that is 50 odd thousand. It's normally 30 something. Usually a 3,000 environmental. That's amazing. Right, let's definitely get that next one. I do love it when unexpected things like that happen. That is really nice. I think there's still 2 more. So for once, you know, I think we are going to, because there'll be a little bit later, for topping up the one that once it sells on the hour at 10 o'clock, that should sell the butter and cheese and the chocolate. So that will need topping up. But I still think we'll get later on in the day enough to do that. So it's not really, yeah, the end of the world. Let's make the most of this great demand, because it's an unexpected bonus. And for once I remember that I did look at the thing, and it was the crone Swadro, if I remember rightly. No, it wasn't, that was yesterday. I do remember that actually, the Reich. Amazing how your brain plays tricks on you. I do remember that now. They've got the same shed here as we've got. So I wonder if that shed that I picked is actually a map shed then. Wow, an old water tower. Wow. 100,000 for milk in a day. That is the stuff of legends. It's amazing, at the beginning of a Let's Play you tend to hemorrhage money, and it's all outgoings because you're buying equipment and you're buying fields, and it seems a never-ending battle. And then there comes, as Mr. CDP goes, at the tipping point, and it is true, at that point you start to make a little bit. We started to make some with the BGA, and we started to buy some equipment. Wasn't always the best, or we often waited for sales, things like that, because we needed to. And then also there comes one point where you've bought lots of equipment you don't really need anymore. So then your money just starts to build up like it is now. I mean, yeah, if something came through that we really did need, as I said, I mean, we could afford another. This is probably the job that I could really, and also the water, but I think nothing's hurting. Why would you? It's not broken, so why should I fix it? If I was going across the map, I would do this, but we are right next door to where we sell the milk, which is very fortunate. So I'm not going to muck around. Why should I waste the money when it's just next door? It just seems silly. Yes, I know we could have done this in one go, but would you do that, really? It's not like 24 tons is 10 tons or 5 tons, or where you would be here forever, and there is an option to increase things. It's just... wow, I can't believe what that is. Absolutely amazing. Wow, fantastic. Right, that is the last of the milk. Well, if there is a little bit more, I'm going to leave it for later, because we're going to need to top that secondary up in a little while later on in the day. So once that tickle goes and the storage is empty, then it will need some more milk. So see if there is any more in. If it's enough. Yeah, little. Right, smashing. We need to get some more food in, because that is terrible. Of course not. Don't know why it read much, 60-odd thousand. That's bizarre. Oh well, I don't mind. It's 270. One more 70 tons, and that'll do us nicely. Let's see if we can pull in a little bit. Yeah, I haven't got my nozzle perfect on this. It is true, but do you know something? Again, I'm not going to change it for that one thing. Yeah, I've got to try and get that. It is almost parallel with the hedge, so it's not terrible. TMR. Then we're on the silage runs, and we'll speed up time. That is the last of the jobs. So it does take quite a few minutes, though, I've got to be honest. Yeah, and you've got to do a little bit of top up at the end of the day with the water, but that's not the end of the world. It really isn't. Wow. Right. It's almost a habit now. Right, lorry, silage, slurry as well. Yeah, not quite as advanced as I thought. Yes, this grass would be third growth stage in October. It is true, but I do agree with my reasoning. I'm not cutting it again, because I don't think we're going to get all of the silage, because we've still got, I think it's 200 tons of straw, and we've got 800 tons, I think. We'll have a look. Let's not second guess, let's have a look. Always tickles me how it moves away from the silage. Yeah, 808. So there's 200 odd tons. So there's it's going to put 200 more tons of silage in. So that's 1,000,000 tons of silage by tomorrow morning. I don't think if we'd got, because I'm sure when we do all of our grass, it's a lot now, especially with the big 73 across the road. And as far as I'm concerned, because I'm not going to tip that, take it somewhere, all we've got to do is stick that into the BGA, and I'm not sure we're going to get that in. So I think there's going to be some left, no matter how much we stick that in and speed up time. If it got its bigger brother, but I'm not sticking that in now, not because it would destabilise the Let's Play, because we're already, it's just that there's nowhere to store it either. It is a monster, it really is, and I'm not ripping the field to pieces. Again, it's like I was saying yesterday, it's a matter of scale. What we've got is on scale for this farm. It all fits nicely in the fields that we've got. We'd have to start to expand. And it is the end of the Let's Play. I think, like anybody, it's a bit like Rombos. It's massive, so therefore you can usually manage to find somewhere, or it would sort of fit. But this, again, is I suppose, maybe there might be an argument. But again, to me, I don't want to disrupt the end of this. We've got everything we need, and as far as I'm concerned, that is what I am happy with that. Right, speed time up. Let's put that to 3. Oh, no, slurry. Not there yet. Right. Yes, slurry. Then we can speed up. Overshot that now. I've taken that a bit far, actually. Made that more difficult than it needs to be. Keep missing it. Yes, we should do that double run as well. That we threatened, one to the slurry yard, because we have got a lot, if I remember rightly. And I don't want to leave this all for the digestate month in December. It's just way too much. Wow, yes. 100 tons, so I've almost got 3 runs. Tons. There is now a tanker that does 100 tons, and it's not unreal. Yeah, I don't know how reasonable it is, but I have got it in because I did see it. But at least it doesn't say unreal. So I don't know how big it physically is. Its footprint, I could say, right. Being as we know, let's do the proper one first. Then we should do this lorry yard. Ooh, somehow we're pushing that. No, we're not touching it, but that's actually wandering the lorry back. How bizarre. Mod Clash. And they're both H2 Studios. Right, so that's that almost full. Well, that's what we always do. Let's grab another one. And let's speed time up a little till dinner, I think. There, that is... Let's go and see, that's probably... Still got 9 tons. Smashing, that's not too bad then. Ooh, water. Let's not shilly-shally around when there's tasks to do. Let's have a look. How is this doing as well? You can never see it. There's that much to look at. It's not going up a lot. And yeah, it is going straight out, so I want to know where it's going. Yeah, because the digester is still at 181 tons as it was yesterday, so the water you'd have thought was going up. Because there's only a few things that need water, and that's the bakery, and we've only got one of those. Oh, that is a point in the Lords. Does this need water? No. Doesn't. Well done, Mr. Smith. Well done. Taking that off the prize. Right. Lights. Right. Okay. Yes. I have a nasty habit of doing that. Really do. Right. Water as we're passing for the animals. Don't want to miss that boat. Let's have a look. Yeah, that'll do it. Slowly yard. We shall also have a look to see in the sails. Yeah, because I'm almost tempted not to, because we don't need to anymore, but yeah, it's not really right. Oh wow, we need to stick that in. That is empty. Wow. Wow, it's tracking that. Right, while this is tipping, we are going to have a look at the water. It says as it goes the wrong way. Oh, it's done that thing again. It's done the thing when like it did a couple of days ago, where it says start filling but you can't actually fill. Yeah, there's nothing to do with range. Ah, it's crashed and burned again. Good job we don't really need. Water, 25 tons, 27,000. Let's just get the jump on this for the morning. Right. Just leave 7 odd tons, then yeah. We get a full 70. How much slurry have we got? Wow, 70 tons, one more load. Right. lights, Mr. Smith. It's getting a bit... Oh, why do I always do that? Why do I always do indicators? Oh, that's alright. He's over it. I love the bit that it's got steam coming off of it. It is phenomenal. Attention to detail. Let's top the milk up as well in the tanker. Really does struggle with the full 70 tons, which I suppose it would, really. Should have half on left. Got my indicator on. No, haven't. Smashing, that will do till morning. Right, sails. The speed tiller. Yeah, we're good. Liquid support just for fuel. Nope. Right, we'll sleep till morning then. Oh. Yeah, no, we did. We did do the tip. Right, we could get this ready for the morning. Actually, that's not a bad thing. We are sort of blue. Right, tomorrow morning it should be our last harvest, our sugar beet harvest. So shall we get the stuff over there? No, because we've got to cut into the field, so we can't really do it until it gets to October morning. So do you know something? We're going to go to sleep in a minute. It should be tomorrow morning. There was the dark green growth stage, so it's usually next day. Let's try that again. No, it's not liking that. Right, sleep till morning. 9. Oh, I changed that to 9 yesterday. We shall check the sails, but normally if you check last thing at night, it's pretty much the same as the next morning. But not always. We have a baler. That is the very trailer that was on about, and I did say, did I not, that if we... Yes, I did. That's the 40,000 ton one. Left and right side boxes. Oh, wow, we get both for nothing. Back ladder, front pipes. Reflective. Nothing. See, it doesn't say Unreal. Wow. Fantastic. Now we will go and fetch that. So that can be our milk tanker, and the milk tanker can become this for the water, I think, because it's not even going to contaminate. Right, anyway, let's overload that in that. Your faithful service is duly noted. It really has been fantastic. It was low again though. Should have checked. Straw's getting down. We've got some in the other 70 tonner as well. 130 tons of slurry. Wow. At least we didn't lose any health. Right. Tell you what. Yeah, we are. I'm well chuffed with this. It's very, very good. I'm going to stick this somewhere out of the way a little. But literally in between the bakery and the side of the lot that doesn't really get used. There's not many places we can stick it. Yeah, Yeah, I'm not sending it to the scrap heap because it's been very faithful, as has the TPS-1. Yeah, we bought this very early on, I remember. Well, I don't know if we ever did do the... I was going to bought it for a bale trader, and I think then we went for the... We got that lucky drop. Did I ever do a... I may have done a manual bale run. I may have done. Right. Now we're not going to go and fetch it with this. I'm trying to think. What are we going to fetch that with? Well, I would say the lorry. Seems to make perfect sense to me. Right. Now then, we filled the lorry last night. Ready for this morning. Let's not forget our daily jobs though. Food. Stop it. About 5. Well, okay. That's good enough for me. At least I'm getting with it. The amount of times I forget that. October morning, as we shall have a look once we've done the feeding to see. Yeah, we'll go and get that 100 tonner. Don't know whether to decontaminate the 67 tonner for the milk. No, no, I think we'll keep it as is. I think it's more realistic, if I'm honest. Smash it. We won't do the milk runs though, because those type of jobs we can do when the... We're going to need one of the 70 tonners free though, aren't we? Let's tip all of this in, and then we'll go and get the straw one. We'll go from the other end, I think. Right. Sounds like a plan. Let's get this done first though. Our normal model. We could try the 100 tonner for the water at the bottom, just to see if it is a tanker problem. So certainly, yeah, it is a mod clash, and it is the... It could of course be the water distributor. I'm not, yeah, because I've never had problems with the tanker for anything else, but then we do hammer it. Yeah, we do really use it a lot. Right, let's have a look on the map at our harvest. Is it ready? I would have thought it was, but let's check. Yes, needs topping. Right, let's get that over then. Then we'll go and get the back. We'll do all the incidental things once we've got that over. We also need to grab... Ah, that's it. We were doing that, weren't we? The 70 tonners, so that... And what kind of... It is a cup. We need a traditional tractor. Let's go grab... All of it. They're all down here, aren't they? Should we grab... Yes, we shall. Let's drop the in between, I think. It's a perfect place for it. Well, they're all looking quite clean. Must be getting into good habits with my use of the hose. It does help when you've actually got it with you all the time though. These tanks that we have fitted on all of our tractors are very useful. Wink wink. Yeah, it is not beyond the realms of possibility that someone could have a super soaker though, really, or with a little bit of an enhanced tank. You could sort of stick that on the back of the tractor, really. It's not beyond the realms of an impossibility, let's put it that way. Right, may as well fill this though, because I think there's enough to actually do a proper full run. If not, we can stick it in the silo. seems a good idea to me. Because we do get through quite a lot now with having a lot manure. Right, then we want to take this. In fact, yeah, to be honest, we could probably do with grabbing the other one as well. So, we're going to take the forestry on an outing today. Yeah, let's stick this, we'll fill it and stick it in the silo. In fact, no, there's no point in filling it. We've already got some in there, if I remember. I think we've got 18 tons or something, so let's just stick this in. But, yeah, that is true. We'll wash. Imagine I'm actually properly washing though. It's not just washing with a thing. I would obviously go through some kind of proper procedure if you've used silage, and then you're going to go to something to creating sugar. Yeah, it would be a contaminant, wouldn't it? Let's be honest. So, with that in mind, yes, of course I would be climbing in it, and we would be using proper decontamination principles. Protocols, yeah. Right, so that's one of the two. Right. Yes, I've got the bigger brother to this on Hobo's Hollow as the lead tractor on there. That's why I did mistakenly think once that this was the same one, but actually it's about 50-60 horsepower less, and yet it still pretty much accomplishes everything that its bigger brother does on Hobo's Hollow. So yeah, smash it. Do you need to decontaminate after straw? Not sure, but you know something, not taking any chances. We would, yeah, make sure it was all ship shape and Bristol fashion, as the English say. Well, some of us do. Not everybody has the old sayings, it is true. I grew up in a time where there are a lot of sayings, of course, now that are no longer politically correct. Yes, I was thinking about that. I made a comment a couple of times ago and said about the fat lady singing. Now, if I remember rightly, to my history, that saying comes from a very famous opera singer that used to be in almost like Britannia garb, like helmets, tridents, and like and armour. Yeah, it was, and I think she was a famous opera singer, so it isn't actually being rude or anything. It's actually referring to a very famous lady that isn't being. Yeah, that is the lady in question. It may still, though, nowadays still be classed as politically incorrect to say so. Maybe. Right, let's try and watch that. We need to pull that away straight away. Looking forward to using this. Well, technically, or it being used. That's probably more accurate. Although I'm quite sure I'm going to have a go. Right, let's stick everybody on follow. Ooh, touching the gate. Does amaze me the agility of this thing. To actually see. Yes, follow the foreshot. Be careful how you say that. It's a bit of a tongue twister. Wow, that took about 6 goes. Right. That is the point. We'll stick these where we normally do, on that bit of a verge just before. Yeah, here, before it narrows. Like about there. Now then, of course we've lost the tiger. Of course we have. Oh my life. That was rubbish. No way did I do anything like that. Do you know, for these bigger stuff, combines and that, you may as well forget Follow Me. It's useless. It really is. It sort of makes a travesty of a mod that its job is to follow. Whereas an FS19, I've got to be honest, the only problem I ever had with Follow Me was the fact that if you made a mistake, it would make a mistake. You would crash into something if you crash your original one. So yeah, that's to be expected, of course, but not this, where they go places where you never went. It just doesn't. It's just not doing its job properly. Right. Now then, do we need to unfold? No, it's already unfolded. Sorry, car, I know you're going to be about me because Giants have very kindly added that feature back in. Go on, you go, then I shall reverse back out and have another go. Why are you not going backwards? Right, let's get the course laid in. Field 53. 4 meter. Load, activate. Oh, wow. Ah, now have we got the self-unload? Because, yeah. No, we haven't. So actually we need to stop that so that it will register. I think it works like that. Let's go nearest. Fantastic. It's going to clang into the gate, I would say. But we need to, that is a point. We need to let that, if it will do a full, I'm not sure it will. Will it make a full, right, okay, we shall see. Nothing we can do at the minute. Nothing at all. Let's go get that lorry and let's get that pulled back. I think we just, yeah, we did. Just little, tiny little bit. Should we get the mucky jobs done first while we've got a minute? Because it's not going to take it long to fill. What? Oh, I bet it's got stuck at the bottom, at the turn. And it's not given us a single message. I will be glad when they've got that fixed. It's ridiculous. Ooh, it's pushing it. Uneven ground. Ah. Come on. It's certainly making me work for it. It really is. Wow. Right. Ooh. Now that didn't seem too severe. The amount of times it does that hiccup thing. Now that was a severe angle. That's what I'm at now, but I was nowhere near that. Do you know, I don't mind taking the blame for if I have done something wrong, but that was nowhere near approaching that kind of angle for it to do that. Right. This one is the normal one. Yeah, it is. It's got to be stuck. Right, let's get that filling. Let's see if this morning that's better, but I don't think it is. Usually when a mod crashes, yeah, it crashes. Let's go down and fix the... Did I just overtake the car with running? I may have done. Yes. Do you know, these workers... If I can work it out, it's not rocket science. Gordon Bennett, what palaver? Seriously? Just make you mad sometimes. Seriously does. Right. Lorry. Ah. First time I've hit that in a while, actually. Just thinking about this, it may make more sense to actually use the one that's had water for... Well, it doesn't make sense to use one so big for the water for the animals because it's only 25 tonnes, so it definitely makes sense for the milk one to be that one. And then to use the old back for the milk and the new back for... Trouble is, yeah, this has probably been... Imagine you could go through a cleansing protocol, couldn't you really? Proper... Flushers being a plumber by thing, there are proper things for the water regs that you can actually do to decontaminate, so we could easily do that. Right, so this. No, we don't want you, not yet. Now that, yes, now that was my fault. Now that one I'm going to accept. Let's try that again. Whoa. It's just still going up. Sorry, I was just checking the harvester. Whereabouts on the field is it? Let's have a quick look. I don't use this very often, but it would be... Right, yeah, he's going to get stuck, if I remember rightly, just by the gate. We had to dump some last year, if you remember. And then had to fetch it later with a wheel loader. So that is going to be exactly the same again. Right, so... I think we will actually, thinking about this. It does make more sense to decontaminate this and to use the bigger one for hauling the biggest things, which will be the digestate and the slurry, truthfully. Just trying to hit up, but you know, it's, yeah. No, So that's now decontaminated, ready for its new job as a milk tanker. Or no, I could do this the other way around. Also, it would assist us. Right, we are going to have to go across in a minute. If we swap the Zeta, because if it's the tanker itself that's crashed, then swapping over to do something else may well actually do the job. Right, let's grab the Zeta. And let's drop that off. Stick the Zeta over here. Out of the way. Should grab that tanker. Nope, it's not. Still not filling this one, isn't? Right, smashing. So this is going to be the milk, and it's never been contaminated. And the milk. Yeah, let's top it up though. Let's do our milk run while we're doing this. Is Lando going up anymore? No, but he isn't moaning either, and we've moved the gate, so why is he not? Right, you know, this is getting a bit ridiculous, this lack of a messaging system. Right, let's go and have a look. Well, everyone is enjoying coming to have a look. Well, I don't really particularly get that. Why you got stuck at that particular point. Because I managed quite well. We need to turn the lines on, I think. Because I remember rightly, last year, it starts to come in about now. Let's see. Does it stick on the row if we stick? Yes, it does. Right, okay. Now it's time to open the gates. Let's go and grab the first of our trailers. Tuck in a little because this is going to be a bit tight. Not sure if we may have to help it unload this first time, because it's not always good when you put the trailer on late doing the self unload. It should, so let's see if this works, because it should scan the fields to see if it can see a trailer on the headlands, which we've fulfilled that before it was full, so it should technically sense it. Let's see how well it does its job. I would say it's Tiger success. I would say that he's got that. Yeah, it wouldn't be the first time that I've seen him get stuck where they go straight on at the trailer and can't figure it out, but this driver seems a particularly good one. It's just Han Solo. Right, I think Han's got that figured out, so do you know something? Let's get on with our jobs. Let's go and grab that all the back. So this is going to be the new milk one. You say that though, but yeah, it's true actually. isn't that funny? This very one that got stuck with the water at the other one will fill this one. Strange. Right, okay. Let's go and shift that one. Put that one in place, that's it. And it's figured out, it's unloaded. Right, I think what we are going to do though now is to go into that time lapse. We're going to get on with our daily jobs whilst the harvests, yeah, we're going to need another dolly though, aren't we, if we're going to do it this way. Let's, right, yes, I'm going to say my words. I'm going to see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, I thought this time I'm going to try and follow the actual harvester and see if we're using the bigger thing as the lead will actually work. Yeah. There are a couple of very tiny end bits, but you know, I really do think this time it is probably a matter of... Let's do that in cab. Can you lower without lowering? You can, can't you? Right. Not actually lowered, just lowered. Yeah, I thought I'll try with this, because obviously this is what... Yeah, let's do it in cab. Why not? It's difficult. Got to get used to this for ultra realism series. Smash it. So that is the harvest done. Our last harvest, our very last item to harvest. I do realise there's one thing I was thinking. I've put all of the sugar beet into the silo, and I did check what we'd got before, which was 100 tons and like 700 litres or something like that, 718 I think it was, so that we can tell, and I've put them in the silo. I know it's double handling, but it's so that I can tell you exactly what we did, because there was some already there. I wanted it to be an accurate count, whereas if I'd have stuck it into the lots all in one, it would have obscured the true amount. So we shall have a look in a minute. See, yeah. Oh, we've got the other two. Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have not really lost them. Oh, now this is what I was talking about the other day. The traffic rules now are silly, because when you've got something like this, they stop and then make you have to switch the traffic off, because it's the only option you've got. Luckily that I could move the header, but yeah, not everything you can. Right, indicator off, Mr. Smith. Let's do this properly. Yeah, I tried to give lots of different angles on the harvester in the field to make it a little bit more interesting, because I know it's still a time lapse, it's still focusing on, but it is like I said, I know people can always speed forwards 20 minutes. What it is I do, it's so that there is it's a bit like the chain of evidence for a CSI. You can see, right, thank you very much, young man, and thank you very much, young lady. We shall take over from here. Right, we'll stick the harvester away. I did wash it, because I noticed, obviously we're doing a lot of in-cab. In fact, you can still see it. If you look very carefully at the bottom of the window is when it starts to get mucky, and I washed that twice. But yeah, I do notice when I do in-cab work how quickly, and this I believe is on slow. I think I've said before, I don't think it actually makes much difference. I really don't. And I do stick by my alteration of the bait with that fantastic... Is it the Ragman? I always forget. It's such a Oh, you know. It's ages since I've tapped. Right. Yeah, that fantastic alteration of the things. Because if this had been normal, this would have been down. This was brand new. It's lost 2%. So I don't think that's far off. Not for a first harvest, and it wasn't like a monster super duper. If this had been on Giants now, it would have been at 70 something, and that I find totally unrealistic. Not you do one harvest and it costs you 10,000 to fix it. I just don't believe in any universe that's right. Whereas if I repaired this now, I'd imagine it would be... Yeah, I mean, what's gone wrong? A couple of paint scuffs. In fact, it doesn't even include paint. It's just mechanics, because the paint thing's a completely different thing. So, yeah, I do definitely stick to my change of that. The more I've used it, maybe tweaking slightly more. But maybe have it slightly too... I did have it very... I mean, I had it to... I did 25%, it's at 50%, so I'm only half of the what Giants would have said, and I slow it down. I do slow it down to 20. It's a quarter of the damage rate, but 50% of the damage costs, and I don't think I'm far off at that, if I'm honest, because it still works out quite a lot. I mean, I remember the beginning, oh my life, that used to drive me crazy. It was the one thing that was so terrible. Yeah, I used to earn a few thousand in a day on fertiliser contracts, and I'd spend half of that few thousand on repairs, and I'm like thinking, in what universe is that right? Seriously. Because I think almost all farmers would be bankrupt if they were the rates. And obviously, I've got that's one of my go-to mods, the repair and paint settings mod. I think it's Ragman, but or is it Vector Man? Oh, I must look, because it is honestly, it's a bit like the Ian Sleep Anywhere mod. Why am I bringing this in here? I haven't got anything in it. This is true, I haven't. Right, so wow, that is amazing. Yeah, I got the Snuckle stuff. Snuckles? It is the Snuckle stuff. As you will have seen. Did I turn your engine off? I did. Wow, excellent. Right, so then all that remains for October. Oh, all that remains, Mr. Smith, is for you to keep your promise. You don't need to go in anything. So we take 100. So it's 387 tons. Yeah, and the oddments forget. So 387 tons of sugar beets. It is a shame. This what I was starting to say things, and then I do think I have got to get better. Now, originally I was going to do the sugar beet for two purposes. One for obviously creating sugar, and the second for sticking in the BGA, at a point which I seem to have forgotten. Yeah, I really haven't been doing that. I'm not going to do it suddenly now. I mean, we have got 387 tons, which would have earned us quite a lot of money. Obviously, I would have kept half of those. If we were staying the year, obviously you would be keeping the year's supply of sugar beets to keep your sugar factory in business for the next year. So yeah, realistically in that way we have done that right. Let's speed time up, let's take this through. Been putting quite a few water ones, which is now working again for a little while. I thought it was location, so I shifted it, but it had nothing whatsoever to do with that. I think it's got to be the water distribution mod, because it's the only thing that's, all of the other ones work fine, although we're not starting them like we are on that particular one, because every few minutes we keep loading up and we keep unloading. I mean, of course that's its job, not trying to say for 1 minute that it's not, but right, let's go and fill up. In fact, yeah, let's put it at 120. Whoa. Concentrate. Press your buttons when you know you're going slowly. Go on, Bennett. Yeah, we'll do it 120. Load up. It'll let the hopper slowly go down. And I do also want to check the water again. No. Now this is throwing me now, because I keep wanting to jump into the nursing tank. Which is, it's been here for so long. Oh dear. I think we've done all the manure. I think obviously there'll be a bit now again. We'll do that tomorrow morning. Slurry. Let's have a quick look as we're passing. Is at 24 tons. Yeah, that's not bad. It's not gone silly. We'll stick this loading, and then we will. Wow, look at the damage over the time. That this was brand new, wasn't it? I'm sure it was. I don't think we got this in the sales. Why does it always move away from the silage? Right, how much water have we got? Please tell me this is going up. Please. Yes, it is. 1.5. Not by what you'd expect, though. Right, it's 5 o'clock, Mr. Smith. I think that'll do us nicely. I'm sure the hopper's getting low now. It's definitely beginning to get a bit dusky. 5 o'clock in October. In fact, we're pretty much approaching October now, really. Yeah. One more day of September. September, November, April and June. 30 days. Smashing. Yes, that was a long session, it really was. think I put him in, not put him as good as the other one was, but yeah, I can still got plenty of sweet space, so it's not bad. Yeah, I thought let's put the John Deere to an honest job. Yeah. Right, we'll top this up, and then we're going to go through till tomorrow, and that is where we're going to leave it. November is the future, Mr. Smith's problem. It is, and really all we've got to do now is shoot through November, December. So yeah. Wow, I think we're going to break 3 mil very soon. We shall wake up next morning. Oh, that is moving quite badly. It's going into that divot. Right, what is on? Often get extra drops at the end. Well, no, it's a bit late now. It really is. Even that's a cracking price. Right, I'm gonna get in a better place. That divot has caused havoc so often. Right, sleep through till 9 o'clock. Wow, it always must reset to 8. It has to. Right, we did the water. That's the main thing. That's the first thing we're going to do. I will, even for the future, Mr. Me. Yeah. And we'll set that going. And we should check the water, because I want to see how low they are getting now. Whoa, 1,433 litres. That is so bad. Right, that is shocking. It really is. Whoa. This is the one thing I said about the Brazilian farm. The 400. That one had a terrible. I think that was 25 tons, but that went bad. I think the food was bad on that. You would have had to feed them through the middle of the night, which is why I don't think I've ever used it since. I did use it on Westridge Hills, because I wanted to obviously get more than just using Royal Christie's. Not, I love it, but what I mean is it's just, but it is truthfully one of the absolute best. I think it is the only, but obviously this is where you see it, even the crinkles slightly in this, where capacities are not quite right for the set amount. When they've gone out of puberty and they're full adults, then that is not quite right. So yeah, not quite. It sounds horrible, but it isn't. It's not quite fit for purpose, no matter what anyone would say, because it doesn't quite work with the amount of animals you've got. Now the food works fine, but even that, what was that? That was, yeah, 183 tons they've gone through in one day. 183, 360. So no, 140? Yes, 140 tons of food they've gone through in a day. I'm sure I heard Disturbed Simulation say that the food was low in Farm Simulator 22. That seriously? Not for cows. It is for pigs. I've got to be honest. On my Rombos, I've got pigs, and they hardly eat a sausage, which the old pigs I used to remember. I think I did pigs on. It was one of. Oh, which map was it? Oh, it's one of my. It was. I think it was one of Oxygen David's. And the pigs ate me out of house and home. I literally, because I think I'd got the equivalent to the 82 Studios. It was one of the cheapest feed things, and I know it looked the same anyway. I did use that one, and it was one of the cheapest. And they absolutely, I was literally 80,000 in food, and it didn't scrape the surface properly. It didn't fill. Not the little bits there, and not that you have to really, but the smallest bar. Obviously, because when you buy pig food, it fills them a bar at a time. It puts a little bit in the other bars, but mainly fills the topmost one. So yeah, I was like shocked. I thought I was going to spend every little bit of money that I'd got on pig food, and it went down where you were having to fill a full trailer load every single day, and I was like, what profit am I going to make from these beasts? Because they are literally eating me out of house and home. So when I came onto FS22, I was had a bit of trepidation. You can imagine my joy when I woke up the next morning and they'd eaten about 500 or 1,000 litres. It was a couple of tons max, and I was like, phew. Wow, that's better. So yeah, there are some things that are better, but I don't know that I would say that the cows aren't eating a lot, because we've got it there that they were on 320 tons, and I mean, yeah, the water's getting a bit close. Perhaps it should be. I'm not sure if you can muck around with the XML files of these or modders. I don't like doing that, but it's not quite right. Not quite for when you're full. It's not. It certainly is for what most people would have it for a while. And you would only find these crinkles, literally, like we have when it's at the very end of a Let's Play. Let's have a look, actually. How? I think we've still got pubescent ones as well. I don't think they're all... Yeah, 88% pubescent. 61%. 33. They're both... Yeah, so they've only really got 210 that are absolute adults. Yeah. I mean, they're as close as you get. So are they, really. So those two are almost. So in December, that will be interesting, yes, because that other 210 are going to turn to adults within a month or two. So we may just see the impact that has. I'm certainly hoping I don't need to set an alarm for the middle of the night, because I'm going to lose health. But if I'm honest, I suspect that might be the case. I truly do. And food, likewise, I think we're going to be getting quite low on that. I certainly wouldn't say that the food is low on FS22 for cows, even if it is for everything else. Right, anyway, enough waffling from me. We have broken the 3 million barrier. I think we are going to smash the Western Wilds. I do. We were here longer, of course, but we were a much slower burn, definitely. And also a much more modest. Yeah, we had 2 of these on the Western Wilds. We had 400, well, 390 sheep, I think. And we had a full cow yard, but again, there were a lot of pubescent ones. This Let's Play, because it's a slower burn, our animals are nearly completely adult. So that I'm waiting to see how that affects this particular mod. It is my favourite, and I'm not having a go at Rodney Christie either. I sort of am, but I'm not. I've got the utmost respect, and I've got to be honest, how many people will ever reach this to the top? It takes a while, unless you've got, you bought 250 one year and then it filled the next year. Most people want a slower reproduction than that. I think I did 120, so it's taken, it's almost this year, and that was by design. Let's have a look how long. It was 6 years actually, so yes, wow. Yeah, did look at that the other day. I'd forgotten. I thought it was more like 3. That was Western Wilds. Right, anyway, enough waffling. It's been a monster session. I hope you're going to stick around. There's not long left now, but I'd love to see where we actually go. I seriously think we are going to. We are. I'm just thinking about it. I said yesterday we'd got 1 million tons of digestate, even at 1,000 per 1,000. That's a mil. So we're going to crack 4 million. Which, and it might be more, because there's the daily tick-ups. I have noticed, I just saw the first bit flickering. It is weird with the flickering. It's not flickered at all. It is random, because we've not obviously started a new session. I used to think it was starting a new session that did it, but it is random. It's sometimes you can get the first 20 minutes flicker and then it stops. Then you can have the first 20 minutes of fine and then it flickers for the last 20 minutes. It's ever so bizarre, and it doesn't always completely get like little tiny flickers, and then you can move across and it's okay. Yeah, there are no flickers over this side, so go figure. Very bizarre. Anyway, yes, I said I was going to stop waffling, so I am. Yes, I hope you're going to stick around with me for the last little bit to see how well we did, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.